Having a new active transportation lane or a bike lane usually means that cycling is safer in a city. But a new bike lane proposed for Greenwood Drive in Summerside is raising some concerns from cyclists. This particular section would have multiple water and sewer drains along the path. Some of these some of the ways that the city will handle storms is by making water go away. Ken Trenholm is with a new group called Safe Summerside. What does SAFE stand for? Streets are for everyone, Summerside. And I spoke with Ken about why he thinks the bike lane plan should change and why he's hoping for some support tonight at Summerside City Hall. Ken, thanks for taking a call. Appreciate it.
Oh, you're very much very welcome.
Why do you want to gather people at City Hall tonight?
Well, it's one of those issues that unless, I guess, you're looking for it, you may not see it. In regards to what's happening tonight in Summerside, it's City Council in a meeting, and what really came across pretty clearly is whenever they're doing a Greenwood Drive bike lane, and there's at this point, I guess, 5 manhole/sewer covers that they're looking to place the bike lane on. So in order to use the bicycle lane, any user would have to bicycle over those obstacles. It's a grave concern for people who have any disabilities, for the elderly, for young kids just trying to bike, for skateboarders. The PEI Active Transportation Network Plan that the province developed is a wealth of information on how to create routes, how to encourage participation. Their ultimate goals, there's 4 key ones. The one that really speaks loudly is they want to end pedestrian and cyclist deaths. Now this seems basic, but it's so core to why I've got so passionate about what's happening in Greenwood Drive. Because when you install those sewers, now, I'm understanding the sewers are already installed, so they're just putting the bike lane on top of the sewers. When that happens, with the information we know today, the risk of somebody going on that and being injured, being sideswiped and ending in traffic, many people who have disabilities, they have mobility issues. And so knowingly, at this point, the City of Summerside are installing a bike lane and putting sewer and manhole drain covers on top of that bike lane. It's such a terrible risk. We've been reaching out, we're Safe Summerside, so we're trying to really, hopefully they can change their minds, but they're not going to. In the last communication I had, it seemed like their only recourse would be to go to City Council, and it just so happens that they're meeting tonight at 6:30, and we're calling anybody who has any interest in making sure that the bike lane is safe and accessible, regardless of your ability to come on out and support. I will certainly be the spokesperson because it means desperately so much to me.
What are the alternatives to Greenwood Drive, though, Ken?
Well, Greenwood Drive, Greenwood Drive can work as it is. They don't seem to be open to listening. I've sent them X number of communications, and only through a Facebook message, that's how they responded to me. The response was basically that they're going to put the bike lane on top of the sewers, and it's not an ordinary process to do this, that they're going to make the water drains and sewers flush with the pavement, and didn't view the concerns, the safety concerns, the accessibility concerns as an issue. I figured the only thing left to do would bring it to City Council, see if anybody else wants to show up. I certainly know there's people that want to. However, there's some people who are suffering from a concussion because they were hit by a vehicle.
You were telling me you do some cycling training. When you have a new cyclist, how do you explain to them how to get around a manhole safely?
Oh, we first of all, we avoid them. The difficulty with manholes is that when you're approaching a manhole, you don't know what to expect. What happens when it's sunny? You see the glare coming off the sun. So all you know is the shiny metal. You don't know if it's flush with the pavement. And if you bicycle around Summerside, there's so many manhole covers that aren't, and you can be seriously endangered and be injured, and that can throw you into the lane of traffic. So in terms of teaching the kids, I teach them to avoid them, because you can't trust them. One day might be flush, and the next time you're on it, it's not. They always seem to fall into the pavement. And so it's an easy opportunity to be injured. And you mentioned in terms of alternatives to Greenwood Drive, because I just would love to have an opportunity to have a conversation with somebody who can talk about solutions. There's such a simple solution. They want to put it on top of the sewers. So don't put it on top of it. Keep the infrastructure there. Don't change the sewers don't move the sewers 1 inch. You just need to adjust the location of the bike lane. In order to do a 2-lane bike lane, 10 feet is the recommended solution. And I applaud the City of Summerside because half of Greenwood Drive is done, and they have a 10-foot 2-way bike lane. So they're meeting the standards that we would want as a cyclist, as an active transportation community. They're meeting those standards, and I applaud that. So I only would expect that when the path continues down the remainder of Greenwood Drive, that they would continue with the 10 feet. So that would mean that it would be 5 feet for each lane. And I've drawn up a map looking at, there's 3 primary culverts. If we can separate those, through manholes. We just add a little buffer of green along the edge of the curb, and in the middle we can put a little island and have the manhole, the sewer covers there, and so we can have 1 lane going on the east side of the covers and 1 lane going on the west side of the covers. Not only will it be functional and safe, but it would look amazing for the city. If the city want to really say we are 100% for active transportation, and if the city want to say we're 100% to make it accessible, this is such an easy solution that anybody biking on this route with the proposed changes, they will see immediately that a city has divided this lane to save people's lives. That they've divided the lane and so that 1 lane goes one way, the other lane goes one way, and there's a little tiny island with those sewers and covers in the middle. It would just be wonderful. And the message I would send the community is, yes, the City of Summerside care, and they will design infrastructure to keep people safe. I only hope that this could be an option, building a bike lane and not making sure it's safe, when there are, in my opinion, easy solutions to make it safe. It just doesn't make sense.